Hey y'all, how's it going? Shadowfix here, and I wanted to talk about the new update for Pokemon Go. I know I've talked about this a lot, but it's kind of a big concept, a big deal. The game itself is really popular. It's one of my favorite games, but I really want to talk about the most recent update, what it might mean, and just kind of give my thoughts on a couple of issues that people are having with the game. The first thing I want to talk about is, first, we need to give, and I know this is going to be hard to hear, we need to give Niantic Labs a little bit of leeway here. We need to give them a little credit, and I know I might have a few friends watch this that are probably going to rip me to shreds because I was completely opposite. My attitude has completely changed over time. And I'm one of those people. I tend to react. I tend to react very emotionally for something I don't like very quickly. Usually after a while, I sit down and think about it. And that's what I did with this. And the big problem I've had recently is Niantic's CEO John Hank coming out and saying that these third-party tracking apps and system sites they're ruining the game. And at first, I'll be honest, I was very irritated at this. Number one, my first thought was, well, why are you concerned about these apps when these sites when you can't even get your game to run properly? But I can't remember. I read a few articles on Reddit, and I was thinking about this as well. But maybe we need to be thinking about this. Maybe he's telling us this because these sites are actually hurting the game and the files, the software. A friend of mine actually made the comment that he believes that these tracking sites, because I believe the way these tracking sites work, and when I say tracking site, I mean Pokevision, Pokeware, all of these places that give radars to show exactly where Pokemon spawn. And it's great for us. However, a friend of mine made the comment that maybe we need to look at it as the fact that to get these spawn locations for the sites, they must have to tap into the servers, into the GPS. So to do that, that means that they're tapping into the game itself. It's essentially hacking, in a way. So it's a good chance that these sites are actually causing problems with the game itself. And I believe my friend actually made the comment that he believes that the tracking sites are actually what broke the footsteps in the game. And that actually is going to lead to my next point that I want to talk about, is the fact that Niantic removed the footsteps. This one I was not happy about at first, but it didn't really bother me because they were broken, so why keep them in the game? A lot of people are mad. A lot of people are calling for refunds because they took stuff out of the game, blah, blah, blah. I have an Android, so I wasn't really able to do that. But even if I could have, I probably would not have, because games are going to go through developmental processes. They're going to go through different switches in the game. And the removal of the footsteps, honestly, I look at it in the aspect where they remove them so that they can fix them. And that's the way I have been looking at it, and that's what I've been hoping. And, just recently, Niantic actually finally broke silence. And this is actually the third concept I want to talk about, because the biggest problem I've had with Niantic since the game has come out, and the big problem I think a lot of people have had with Niantic, was that they have been very quiet. And something else to understand, I don't remember where I read this, but I believe, if you think about this, it was LinkedIn. I was actually looking up Niantic on LinkedIn, and it stated that Niantic was a smaller group. It was a little startup, a Kickstarter essentially, inside of Google. And what I believe that means is that these people were employees of Google and they started their own side projects while working for Google. And they didn't spin out of Google until last year when they were developing Pokemon Go. So that means that, number one, this is a very new company. I believe the concept is only like 6 years old. I believe they were actually quote unquote founded in 2010. But that also means that they don't have a lot of employees. And there's a good chance they don't have a lot of employees. Probably just a very small knit group of people doing this. So let's give them a little slack on this. They probably took the footsteps away because they were broken. There's no need to keep broken code and software running in a game when it doesn't work. So, and they probably took it out, and the fact that they finally are talking to us a little bit, which is very, very helpful. They really need to, and this is kind of from a business standpoint, they really need to get a spokesperson. They need to get somebody who can tell the world what's going on. They can give good detail, and that's been my problem with them, is they have not been talking. They have not been telling anybody, their fans, what's going on with the game, and that's not good when you have a game that has over 100 million downloads or something along those lines. This is a very popular concept, and they should have understood this before they started the game, and I think they may have underestimated it. But the big issue, honestly, is that they need to talk to us more, and they need to we need to give them a little leeway. They're trying to roll the game out in every country, make sure it's available everywhere. And we're lucky. We need to understand that we're lucky. We were one of the first ones. I'll say one of the first ones. We were one of the first major countries to have it. I mean, I think Australia had it maybe first, but we got it very early. And we need to understand that them rolling it out in other countries, that's going to take up a lot of time, a lot of server issues, a lot of problems. So we need to understand that, and we need to be patient. This game is only a month old. And number one, it's a free game. You don't have to pay any money on it. If you did, it's of your own accord. I've paid probably $30 on it. That's about it. And I don't want that $30 back because, it's $30 on a game that I know will hopefully be fixed. Now, if we were a year into the game, then it may be a different story. But we need to be patient. We need to let them do what they need to do. And Niantic needs to keep being vocal with us. Now, I will say this. If these sites are causing problems with the game, instead of telling your fans that, it's not making the game any fun, they're trying to low-key turn you against the apps, you need to come right out and say, look, I know this is going to be hard to hear, but these sites are hurting our game. They're the very reason that these steps were broken. This needs to be heard. This needs to be told, because if you don't tell us, then we can't know. There's no way we can know. But I just wanted to talk to you about this. I want to talk to you guys about this because it's a very serious concept. This is a game that could become a phenomenon. They're trying to make it a phenomenon. I think it is. I think it's going to be. But Niantic, you need to talk to us. And us as fans, we need to be patient for that. But, we'll see where this leads, and we'll see where Niantic goes from here. So, appreciate you guys watching. Go check out my gameplay videos. Check out my other vlogs. Let me know. I'm filming this a little different way. Hopefully it's a little bit better. But until next time, have a great day. Bye.